us this morning is the President and CEO of the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. We have Susan Williams with us. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Well, I'm excited to hear about last Wednesday's big chamber dinner.
Oh gosh, still kind of floating about that, right?
Yeah.
It was amazing. You know what? It is so good just to see people. Many of the people that joined us that night, I see all the time. Some of them I get to see about once a year, so that makes it super special. And then new people that we haven't met before. So what a wonderful opportunity to bring our community together for all the right reasons. So we had a wonderful celebration with Denise and with the Claypeck Trucking family and with the Oil Region Library Association and all of their friends. So it was just a really good night to shine a light on the great things, just a few of the great things going on in our region.
Now, before the dinner got started, everybody had a chance to kind of mingle and talk and catch up, and that's always a fun part of those events.
It is. Of course, we're so proud of Cross Creek as a venue in our community. They do a great job of welcoming everyone. We're blessed with a beautiful evening, so it was like a spring day. So for everyone to get there safely, and then get there early and do that mingling and networking, which is really a very important part of the evening. We want people to meet new people, to get to reconnect with those that maybe they have been too busy to talk to recently, and hopefully come away feeling like they are better prepared to do business the next day, in addition to just having a really great time.
The other thing, and we talk about it all the time with events like this, I think it's an opportunity where people get to learn about each other, and I think you hear a lot of, oh, I didn't realize that. That they do this or that's here in our community.
Yeah, the same. It's hard to imagine, particularly, this year we have very high profile individuals and businesses that we recognized, but there are always a ton of things going on behind the scenes that people just don't realize. I think when we see, those big blue trucks out there, we don't understand the family atmosphere that's been created, the longevity, all the details that go into keeping a company really safe, which is really, really important, not just to the company, but to the reputation of our area. Of course, the libraries, we think they're the best kept secret, and it shouldn't be a secret. So I know I talked to you a lot about that last week, about how people should rediscover their library. And if you need to, invite the library to you. They'll come. They promised that night in front of 260 people that they would come to your business and help your people understand how to load their apps and use your library. And then, of course, Denise. I don't know how anyone could not know Denise and the work she's done, but I do know because she's humble. She's a humble servant. So she has served us in a public position for many, many years, and now just, quietly goes about doing what needs to be done and attracting other people to step alongside of her.
You mentioned the turnout. The numbers were outstanding. Did you get an idea of what kind of brought people out? Was it just everybody was excited to see other people?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. You just can't deny that when you've got people like we recognized, they attract a lot of people.
Yeah.
So people want to come be around other great people and celebrate with them. But I think too, we are at a time when people are looking for more in-person gatherings. I mean, it's hard to believe we're still saying that, but even that night, I know there were a few that were either not feeling well or concerned about some of the things going on. But I think by and large, people are ready to get out, go face to face. So I think that, all of that, I feel like we've been doing good work at the chamber. I'd like to think that our members want to come alongside of us too and celebrate and be there with us as well.
Well, and I was just going to ask you, taking that momentum, that's a great event to start the year. How do you use that to move forward?
Oh, boy. Well, so one of our big announcements that night that we were very excited about is that we have now formed the Venango Chamber Foundation. So that may be confusing to listeners. What does that mean? I thought that the chamber was a nonprofit. Well, we are a 501c6 nonprofit. What that really means is that while we're not subject to all of the business taxes, we still do pay for things we buy. If we sell something here, we have to charge taxes on it. And for not having the charitable contribution work tax benefits, we can lobby and endorse elected officials. We don't do it. We tend to be more of an information provider, but there are things that go with the right to advocate, to lobby. So we were able to create a foundation to support those charitable activities that we are already doing and maybe want to do in the near future. So by having a 501c3, one, we can allow businesses and individuals that might want to contribute to those programs to do so as a charitable contribution. It makes us far more eligible for different funding streams that can help us with. And I specifically would point out all of our work around education, our work around leadership, our community work through Be Here, through our festivals. Much of that falls under the legal definition as charitable activities. So this will allow us to leverage that organization that is a partner of ours. We'll be working right side by side. In fact, technically, I'm the executive director of the foundation. So as we get our legs under us and really start to, see what falls out to which organization and work together, that brings us a tremendous opportunity to just do more of what we've been doing and do it with additional resources.
Has this been discussed behind the scenes for a while now, or
for years?
Okay.
Yeah, it is not uncommon for chambers of commerce to also have a foundation. So there were the years where I said, "Oh, that's great that they're doing that," and then there were years that I thought, "Well, should I be doing this?" And then it's probably been at least a couple of years when I said, "I think we should be doing this." And we just have to, make sure that we have everything in place to do so and do it well and know what we're doing. So then the process came about very quickly in the last few months once we kind of put our mind to it. So, but with a goal in mind, we knew we wanted to be able to make that announcement on Wednesday. So that lit a little fire. So yeah, we were very, very excited about where that promises to lead us.
And it seems like you've got a great office staff too to really support that next step.
Oh, it does. And they've been in place. So that's, I'm always trying to take in information to make sure that I do things, with a good plan. And part of what I was listening to last night was suggesting don't start a foundation as a tool for, bringing more money or as a financial tool. Bring it to support those things that you strategically are and want to do that are aligned. So, of course, everything we do as a chamber has to be aligned with business. So this is a tool for our businesses to impact our community, but do so in a way that gives them, again, that charitable opportunity. So it's strategic in its nature, but done around things that, again, we're already doing. So we're really not chasing money. We're looking at how do we responsibly take opportunities around, financial resources to meet the needs of our community and do so with the support of the business. That's our target audience, always to do. So when we're doing education leadership, we're doing that to serve our business community.
So you take last Wednesday, big event, and now you're on to the next, and I'm sure it's that time of year where you're starting to think of committees and sitting down with folks and getting ideas for all these other things happening this year.
Yep. We've recently welcomed on some new board members. So we had a board retreat just 2 weeks ago. Nothing like just doing it all in the same week, we'll just get it all done. So we had a great board retreat where we got to know our new board members better, got to continue to look at our strategic plan and make just revisions because we're continually planning. It's not a once a year, once every 3 year thing. We have an active plan we look at all the time and are saying, are we making this work and what needs to be added? So we had the chance to do all of that with our board. Our next thing is Flex Presents. So that's our next big event. I think that is, I'll turn to the calendar here, April 21st, I believe, Friday. We'll be at Wildcat Mansion. So that will be fun. There's a lot going on out there. And we're looking for nominations right now. So if you know those under 40 and under, who are out making a difference in our community, they are we hope that they are gainfully employed and doing a great job at work, but we're really looking for those that are going over and above to reach out and make a difference in the community. They may be volunteering. They they're probably serving somewhere else in the community. It might be on a board, but it might be as a coach of a team. It might be that they're great neighbors and constantly looking out for others. But we need to hear their stories. So part of the nomination needs to be tell us what they're doing, because we want to share that. And then that night we'll name our Young Professional of the Year.
And that's always a great time, isn't it?
It's a great evening. It just has a little different flavor than the annual dinner, but we like to dress up and call that a little bit gala-ish. We try to make it a little more formal event, but definitely is worth coming to. And I cannot stress enough that it is not only for young professionals. So mark your calendars, one and all, for April 21st. If you love young professionals, if you think they're valuable in our community, if you want to get more of them involved in what you do, this is a great place to come where they are, see what's important to them, congratulate them, the ones that are being recognized, and the ones, there will be many there that have been recognized in the past. They're serving, some in leadership here at the Chamber, some continuing leadership through Flex. Come and get to know them. Thank them for being in the community. Ask them how you can make the community better for them, so that we keep them here and attract more of their friends. Great event.
You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and listening to it on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Susan Williams with us from the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce, and coming off the big chamber dinner, and it's weird to be looking at the calendar and going, oh my gosh, we're going to be into March, and there's just so much going on.
I know what you're going to do. You're going to get me in summer. Are you going to start talking about summer?
I wasn't, but these temperatures. I think everybody's kind of been excited now, right? They've got that bug. Yeah. We're going to be turning our clocks ahead, and
but March.
We got to get through. March. Yeah, we got to get through a couple months here.
Yeah. We've some years had our biggest snowfalls in March, so a girl can dream,
Right.
But we are turning our eyes towards. It won't be long before we'll be thinking about golf. I suspect someone out there listening has golfed already this year, because I hear that several of my friends have. So now's the time to get your golf team together, and that's June 22nd will be our golf outing at Venango. So last year we reached that point where we said no more. We are full. We don't go to a full 32 team lineup, but we know our limits to make that event happen smoothly and get done on time. So you want to get your teams in good and early. That's a great day that if you think, hey, I'd like my banner up there, I'd like a hole sponsor, I'd like to be part of the expo beforehand, let us know how you want to support that golf outing. Even if you're not a golfer, maybe you want to come out and spend the day on one of the holes as a volunteer and do something to promote your business out there. So that's coming, and we'll talk about festivals eventually.
The expo part of it, that'll be back?
Yes, okay. That's really been a good hit. It's a small expo, but what we were hearing was with an 11 o'clock shotgun start, one of a couple of things happened. Either the guys went into the office and got hung up and barely got there in time to get in their cart, or they got there and didn't quite know how to meet and mingle before they knew it. They were golfing and they were with the same four guys or girls or combination thereof. And honestly, when they get back to dinner, they sit together. And so we weren't accomplishing some of the networking we were really hoping to in the promotion of business. So by inviting the businesses to come in, I think we have them set up around between 8 and 8:30. We offer some nice morning refreshments, and it gives them a chance to talk with each other, know who else is golfing that day, maybe make a plan to meet up for a hot dog at some point or for their dinner at the end of the day. So it's really a way to bring that networking into that event.
That's great. And right before that, well, the month before that in May, but looking at the calendar, from where we sit, you're only down to a couple more leadership get-togethers.
Yeah. You know what? So we're, of course, newsletter ready. I'm going to be out a bit next week, so Tessa will be, wrapping up that newsletter and getting that out. And in doing so, we'll be talking about, getting your applications in for our next leadership class. So we will graduate this year of 15 participants. We'll be graduating in May. So they'll have their last class the second Wednesday of May, and then 2 weeks later, we'll do a graduation. If you're interested in joining us for that event, we welcome guests to come, one, to see their project presentations in the afternoon, and then to come for graduation that early evening, so it's not a late night. I think we do their graduation between 5 and 7, and that's a great way to learn a little bit about the program. We had a board member come with a friend last year that then the friend signed up for the class and has loved it. So we are happy to hook you up with alumni so that you can hear what that class is like. But now is the time to start thinking about whether or not you want to participate. There will come a day when we will not have enough seats for everybody that wants to take that class. We know that's coming soon.
Well, it's crazy to think there's only a couple classes left.
Oh, the year has just gone.
Yeah.
Gone so fast. So, yep. So our next class will be down at FICTA. So it's our business day. So the people in the class will get a chance to hear from a couple community leaders on business and economic development and why money makes the world go round. And then we'll get to tour some local businesses so they can actually see what's right here. Always a favorite day for people to see what's going on. And then I think we still have our healthcare day at the hospital and our tourism and history day. So we've had a packed year already, and yep, we're soon to wrap up again.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So if you're interested in signing up,
that's Leadership Venango. So if you want to learn more, we're pretty good at putting a lot of stuff out on our website. So leadershipvenango.org. You can go look and see everybody that's participated in the class before. You can see what their projects have looked like. You can see what the kind of layout of the agenda through the year is like. And then you can apply right online. I think that application is up. If it's not, let us know. We'll get an application in hand. But I think that application is available there already.
Just talking to various folks around the community, it seems like once again this year the interest is there that people are going to be visiting during the summer months. It's going to be busy between the museums and train and bike trails and waterways. It's just people are excited to come back and visit. And our understanding is those folks who again say, hey, we're only going to spend a day or two, they come here and realize there's so much more, and they go, oh yeah, we're gonna extend it next year.
Come back. Yeah, better come back. Yeah, if you're going to come here, because I think people do come to regions now. So the day of coming to one town and staying is our kind of past. Our cars are faster. It's easier to get around. Our roads are better, believe it or not. So people tend to come and want to spend a few days and really explore. And you're going to need a week to explore here, particularly if you do. Our favorite thing is to just get outside, enjoy the trails, enjoy the waterways, have a bunch of good eateries. And while in rural communities, it might be a little trickier to figure out where are the places, that's a good time to call the chamber and say, how can I experience this community in a way like all of you experience it, that live there all the time. I had a wonderful visit with a young lady a few nights ago who has spent her whole life moving about and living in more metropolitan areas. And we were comparing notes on the difference between living that more transient life in a good way, always well employed, always lots of friends, lots of connections, or living a life more like I have, where you're very rooted in a community. And I tell you, as I was talking to her, I said, I'd love to see you come and spend a month here. I have a feeling there's a Hallmark movie in the making. So the value of being able to go into the same places and see some of the same people who know you and wait to see you, and it is just so great here. And I think when visitors come, they see those connections that we can make in a small community.
How important is it for organizations, businesses to get information to the chamber so when somebody stops in or calls, those RAT cards are right there, or that information's right there that somebody can take with them, or
It's really important. It's really important because one thing, even as I drove in this morning and was kind of thinking about some of the businesses I pass every day, I'm reminded, one, that I quickly try to get into the office. So some of them I haven't stopped in and talked to in a while just because I do my routine. Others, I'm not sure if they want me. I don't know if they're open to, I don't know if they're too busy. Some of them aren't in all the time. And some of them, honestly, they do business in a way that they're a little more insular. And we respect that. We respect the business's choice to either be very, very transparent about what they're doing or to share. So if you're one of the sharers or you think there's something we should know, it's easy to get a hold of me, 814-676-8521. It's really easy to get my cell phone number too. Or you can email me at swilliams@venangochamber.org. And as always, I'm at 24 Seneca Street in Oil City.
A lot of numbers
So,
up there.
yeah, so I'm not hard to get a hold of. Again, maybe a little harder to get a hold of next week, but everybody knows where to find me. So, yeah,
Good
let's
to see
make it
you.
happen.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Susan.
Bye.
Take care.